Wonder what we're gonna be doing next with soba. All right, so for the ingredients, here we're going to be doing 2 bundles of dried soba noodles, a couple summer squash, I have a yellow and a green, a few cherry tomatoes, a few pieces of okra, and we're going to be using some sesame oil to cook the squash. And then here I have some mensu that I've made from a little bit of homemade kaishi, which is a soba noodle concentrate, plus dashi. So kaishi, if you haven't heard of that before, is a soba noodle concentrate. It can be used for other things. But this one has been diluted a little bit with some dashi for a dipping sauce, but we're actually not going to dip it. We're just going to pour it over everything once everything is cooked. So for these tomatoes, we're just going to go ahead and cut them into quarters. When your knife does not cut easily through a tomato, it's time to be sharpened, or honed at least. Maybe sharpened. I think this one needs to be sharpened too. All right, so there's the tomatoes. Squash, we're gonna cut these lengthwise so that they're gonna be jiving with the soba noodles. Get the pan heated with a little bit of sesame oil. We're gonna just saute these until they're softened, and then it'll be ready to combine with all the other ingredients. So just put in about a half, that was more like a tablespoon. And we're just gonna cut these the long way. You can cut these into smaller strips as well. Leave those out. So we'll let the squash cook for about 10 minutes. I added a little bit of water in there to help it steam and cook quicker and soften up quicker. And then in the meantime, we can go ahead and prepare our noodles and the other pieces of the dish, and we'll be ready to eat in just a few minutes. So see you back in a bit. So the squash is just about done. It's all nice and soft. It's beginning to brown, but not quite. So we'll go ahead and let this chill out for a little bit. Meanwhile, we can prepare our bowls for serving. So here we have a couple bunches of our soba noodles. They've been chilled in some ice. Anyways, there's our other bunch. And then here we are going to put some of the okra. So we can go ahead and cut them into little pieces so that they're similar size to the tomato and the zucchini. Actually, the zucchini is totally different size, so disregard that. Okay, so there's all of our okra. And ideally this would be a little bit cooler than it is versus just straight off the pan. But I'm kind of hungry now, so we're gonna go ahead and just use it as is. So there's our little batch of zucchini. It's got a nice sesame flavor. And then our homemade mensu. So we're just gonna go ahead and drizzle this evenly on both. This is a dipping sauce, so you can dip your noodles and stuff if you want. It's totally up to you. But there is my soba noodle dish, cold soba, for summer. So let me know if you are gonna try this, if you've had anything like it before. If you've got any tips or questions or comments, make sure to leave them below. Give me a thumbs up as well if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more Japanese cooking videos like this one today, if you haven't yet. Share this with a friend if you think they would get some value out of it as well. And if you're interested in learning more about soba, how to use it in Japanese cooking, how to make the noodles from scratch, make sure to check out my soba workshop link in the description below. Bye bye.